tuned in to the one and only show, bringing you entertainment stories shaken, stirred with a little sass and a twist of lime. It's Northwest Nightcap with K-Cee Deeva, y'all. Don't miss it.
I better not get too carried away because you know I'm all broken up right now. Oh, what up, peeps? What up? What up? It's your girl K-Cee Deeva here. Welcome to another edition of Northwest Nightcap. This is a special edition. We typically do kind of a lot of topics and go on and on, but today we're doing this quick and dirty because we got a list to talk about. Now, unless you've been under a rock, or some people, I have friends say, I'm taking a break from social media, blah, blah, blah. There's these lists running around saying where not to take a woman on a first date. The guys came up with the list of what not to pay for before marriage. We're going to jump into it. But first, I'm going to introduce my crew, my fam, my homies. Joining us all the way from Memphis, Tennessee, the lovely, the beautiful Miss Princess Robin. Hello, Princess.
Hello there, Sister K-Cee Deeva.
How are you tonight? Looking lovely.
Thank you.
As always.
Looking like I finished a big project, so I can smile.
Yes. Yes. Kudos. And let's see, her partner in crime, her Batman and Robin, get it? Her hubby. The very talented, very just down home good old dude, and my bro, Mr. Kurt K-Cee Clayton. Thanks for joining us.
What's that gorgeous smile on that man?
He got the distinguished beard going on. I see you, bro.
No cocoa bean for him.
All right, and last but certainly not least, my homie, Mr. Anthony Adams. Welcome, Anthony. Thanks for joining us once again, as always.
What's happening?
Wouldn't be the same without these three here joining me. All right, we're gonna dive on in. So, went viral. I guess last weekend, I think it was. A young lady did a video. I think was she in her car? I think, and she was either on a date or going on the date. I can't remember exactly. First date. The guy wanted to take her to Cheesecake Factory. And she said, absolutely no way. No, I'm worth more than that. That is not a good first date. And he was puzzled. He was like, what's wrong with the Cheesecake Factory? I mean, lots of choices. You can get your alcohol, your desserts, all kind of menu, things on the menu. So her comments spiraled into this debate on where should you not take a woman on the first date. Not only that, she actually was interviewed by some podcaster, and she stood by it. She said, no, I was brought up, that I'm worth the finer things in life, the fancy dancy restaurants and whatever. And so I just don't think Cheesecake Factory is it. So then this list surfaced, and it's the top 28. I don't know who created this list, but it's gone viral. Everyone's talking about it. Of course, we had to chime in and give our take on it. It's 28 places that a guy should not take a woman on a date. And then the men had to counter, and they came out with their own list, and theirs is, I think it's like 20 or so, things you should not pay for before you get married. So we're going to start off with this list from the females, and I'm just going to go down each one and just get folks' opinion on these places and what your thoughts are, and then we'll hear from Anthony, who's going to run down the guys' list of what not to pay for before you get married. We're just going to hash it out right here. And if you're out there listening, you want to chime in, post your comment, and we'll get to that as well. All right, number one on the list, the obvious Cheesecake Factory. I'm going to start with Princess. Thoughts on the Cheesecake Factory as a first date?
I ain't got no problems with Cheesecake Factory. It's a very extensive menu, so you're likely to find something that you're interested in eating there. Food's good. I mean, it's not like Michelin star, but I was surprised to see Cheesecake Factory on the don't go on first date there.
So you don't feel like a guy is like, diminishing your worth or all these things this other young lady was saying if he takes you to the Cheesecake Factory on the first date?
No, not me.
I have to agree with you, Princess. The menu, every time I go there, and I've been there, over the years, who knows, for birthday parties, dates, friends gatherings, whatever. You can order something different every time you go. That menu is extensive, the drink menu and everything.
It's a book.
Yes, it is. It is. I don't have a problem with it either. I think it's a great place. I think it's fine. Bro, what are your thoughts on it? What are your thoughts on someone actually saying like, Cheesecake Factory, not good enough for me?
Well, see, here's another part of the backstory. What happened was he actually had made reservations at a very nice restaurant, but she was an hour late.
Oh, I hadn't heard that part.
So
what?
Was he had actually made reservations at another restaurant.
Okay.
But she was an hour late to the date.
And I didn't know that.
So the restaurant canceled the reservation.
Uh-huh.
So like, okay, well, so this was a second option, but even then, it was still a nice option.
Right.
But
wow.
It's a first date. You're just getting to know each other. So you're already putting out this persona of you high maintenance. Because here's the thing. If you had to, I guarantee you, if she had to take herself somewhere to eat, she would take her butt to Cheesecake Factory. You see what I'm saying? So this is kind of like, okay, first of all, you were late for the initial date, which he had set up for
an hour late, which is rude. I mean, come on.
You're already wrong. And then now you're trying to dictate because you were out late for the actual date at a high-end restaurant. Now you want to say, well, no, you still got to take me somewhere. But first of all, I don't have to take you anywhere because I don't know you like that. This is just a first date. I could just say, you know what? We can cancel this date right now. So, but she was already showing her position and what she, and so basically once again, and I think we had these discussions, years ago, even on Traveler's Guide about first dates and things like that.
Yes.
And what women expect and what men expect, expectations and stuff like that. And people got to understand, it's a first date. Nobody's trying to go in and pay your mortgage on a first date.
Thank you.
Okay, well, I was going to say, Anthony, what are your thoughts? But I think you just kind of answered that. But go ahead and elaborate.
I mean, first of all, listen, I've only been, as a person who loves cheesecake, I feel personally attacked. Okay? I do. I've only been to the Cheesecake Factory one time, but it was delicious. And I don't see anything wrong with going to the Cheesecake Factory for first date.
One time, Anthony?
Huh?
You only been one time?
I've only been one time.
Wow.
Okay. Oh my God, I remember when Cheesecake Factory first opened in Seattle.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, we were there.
The line.
Everybody. We're going to meet at Cheesecake Factory for lunch. We're going to go for dinner. Oh, listen, we got a party. Is that cheese?
I think Cheesecake Factory, because now it's become more commonplace, it doesn't have the same quote unquote distinctive.
Right.
But it doesn't matter. If I take you to Waffle House, this is the first date. I'm trying to find out if we even have any chemistry. You telling me right now I gotta spend $400-500? Like, no, we're not doing all that.
Actually, yeah, we'll get to that. Waffle House is actually on this list too, which is hilarious. Okay, number 2, Applebee's.
Oh, now hold on a second. Okay, now I feel shoot the messenger. Now I really feel attacked. Oh,
Okay, so Applebee's, not a good first date. Thoughts, Anthony?
Well, you better not go on a date with Marshawn Lynch because that's what he loves to eat at. And I love Applebee's too. I love the 3 for $20 and everything. Come on, we can get a whole course meal. No, I love Applebee's. Shoot.
Princess?
Together. I need names and email addresses.
Yeah, serious.
I'm not an Applebee's fan, but I don't think it's a problem to go there for a first date. I mean, I still don't see why it's disqualified for first date.
Bro.
Once again, the first date technically is supposed to be for, hey, we're just trying to get to know each other. It's not even about the place, it's about the company. Because we're just trying to see, first and foremost, let's meet up. Like a lot of times, first dates are, hey, let's just meet up for drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Stop skipping ahead though, babe, because there's stuff I think Diva wants to get to on the list.
No, that's okay. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying in general.
We'll still get.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah.
I mean, I don't see anything wrong with Applebee's because once again, you're just meeting each other. You don't know if you're going to even have any chemistry, and so I'm not trying to nobody. And once again, it's generally the man's responsibility to even pay for everything. They're not even suggesting that they go Dutch.
Well, you know, that's a whole nother debate and discussion as well, because some of the comments, you know, not even just on this, what a common theme that I'm seeing with this younger generation is, well, what about, you know, equality? And hey, guess what, guys, women are making more than us, so why should we have to always pay? That's the discussion I'm seeing now. Now, as a Gen Xer, and, you know, consider myself kind of an old-fashioned gal, if a guy asks me out on the date, I'm going to assume he's going to pay for it. Now, if he doesn't, or if he says, can we split whatever? Sure, no problem. Because Diva always got her bag, right? But we're not going out again. we ain't going out again. You asked me to split on the first date, and you try and call yourself trying to, no. Now, we're just friends. We're kicking it. Cool, not a problem. But if you call yourself trying to date me, and then on the first date, you ask me to pay, oh, sure, no problem. But, you know, when we pick up the phone next time.
It's not about asking you to pay. It's about saying, hey, you know, first of all, where would you like to meet? And you would think respectfully, both sides was, you know, pick some place that's modest and not just
right.
That's all I'm saying.
Right. You're not trying to go to Ruth's Chris on the first date. Because, exactly. You know, yes, when
that's the only time you go, if somebody else takes you.
Right. That's a good point. Okay, Chili's. Now I'm gonna be honest. If he throws out Chili's, I don't like Chili's food. But Cheesecake Factory and Cheesecake Factory, Applebee's, you know, cool, both my jam. Like, you know, Chili's, I'm not a big fan of the food. However, you just hit on something, bro, right? Like, depending on the person, right? Now, I'm the type of person, I'm like, oh man, oh God, I can't stand Chili's. But you know what? I'll find something. Because again, I'm trying to get to know him, right? I'm like, okay, if I'm digging this guy, I'll find something on there that I can eat. You know, not a huge fan of their menu, but we'll make it happen. They have drinks. They have, you know. Chipotle was number 4. Chipotle, I think, is kind of, so I know fast food. Okay, number 8 is like any fast food chain. I feel like Chipotle is kind of a fast food of Mexican in a way.
It is.
No, Taco
Bell definitely is, but
I mean, that's where I draw the line. I feel like fast food. I'll put it like this. You know, when I was in my 20s, you know, your 20s, you broke, you both, you know, cool. You know, I wouldn't mind swinging through a McDonald's before a movie or whatever. At my ripe age now, you go driving through the Burger King drive-through. I don't know. If we're in a relationship, that's one thing, right? But on the first date, I might be like,
well, let's just put it like this: any place that has a drive-through is a no. Let's go ahead and call it.
Unless you've been together for a while, right? You know, you can roll up and you know. But but as a first date, I'm gonna say no. What do you think, Princess? First date, any drive-through?
I agree with you. I don't think so. I don't.
Anthony, thoughts on that?
Definitely no. I don't even know. Only time it's cool to go on a first date through a drive-through was when you in high school because you ain't got no job like that.
But that's what I'm saying. When you exactly. Okay, there's others on here. We got Wingstop,
What's wrong with Wingstop?
Buffalo Wild Wings. I've only been there once.
Come on. What the game is on? When we both sports fans.
See, that's what I'm saying. You can watch the game and kick back. I think it's kind of a fun place. The Waffle House was on there. Now, for those who haven't been to the East Coast or Midwest, you're never familiar with the Waffle House. It's a very small restaurant, but it's like it's the joint to go to. I don't know about on the first date, but I would say this. Let's say, I don't know, you kind of late night movie and there's nothing, you know what I mean? You go in, I wouldn't mind going to Waffle House, getting some breakfast, some grits, some eggs, you know?
Yeah, like as an extension of
Yeah.
Like, hey, let's keep this going a little bit longer.
Yeah.
We call it a morning.
Exactly. Yes. Those dates.
Yes.
Yes. Denny's is on here. Okay, let's jump.
High school dating.
IHOP.
Yep, high school dating.
Here. Okay, I want to talk about this. Red Lobster.
What?
So a friend of mine and I were talking about that. And she said, yeah, I don't know, Red Lobster, that's like, to me, that's fast food of seafood. And I'm like, okay, I never understood people being snobby about Red Lobster because crab, lobster, shrimp, it's all going to taste the same, depending on how you prepare it, right? Whether you get it at Red Lobster, or whether you go to Anthony's and pay, 3 times as much. It's shrimp, crab, and lobster. Like, you can't really mess those up. I never understood that whole Red Lobster snobbish thing. I think it's perfectly fine on a first date, even. Princess?
I don't think there's a problem with it on a first date. I mean, I have over time, I think maybe I grew to be a snob on my seafood. And I do recognize a difference between Red Lobster and something
higher quality. Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like it's a chain. You know what I mean? I remember that was a big treat to go to Red Lobster for me. And when it was uncommon in Seattle because we didn't have them for a long time, right?
Right.
We didn't even get Red Lobster till I don't remember, but it was like when I was a teenager, at least, right?
Yeah.
And it was a novelty for us, you know what I mean? So it's perspective, but I really don't think it should be ruled out for a first date. I don't understand why it's on the list.
Okay, enough of the food. Let's talk about some of those other stuff. Buffets on here too. I missed that.
Are taco trucks on there?
I don't see taco trucks.
Okay,
no.
So
I see. Oh, okay. This is one more in the food line. Coffee dates. So, Princess,
I think a coffee date is fine. I think it's fine because, as my husband has pointed out, first date I'm getting to know you. It's like, are we going to invest more time or energy in this? And then, to be honest, from a female's perspective, I would imagine especially if the chemistry is not quite what you would like, you at least are, at low stakes on a coffee date.
I think, the chemistry thing is important too, because what if there's like mad chemistry, right? And you're like, oh, you know what? I want a little bit longer than coffee. You know what I mean? Because you kind of know, right? You kind of know if it's, oh, I'm gonna do this coffee date because I'm not really sure. Or maybe you talk to the person a few times, you FaceTime, whatever. You're like, oh, I'm really feeling this person. Okay, let's do some dinner. I think it depends. I don't know, guys.
That commercial, was it Wells Fargo, the debit card or some credit card where they start off on a coffee date and then they're like, let's keep, like they go to karaoke and they go to the movies and all this other stuff. doing their thing. But it started off at the
It's a
coffee.
coffee date.
Yeah.
Guys, what do you think? Coffee date? Is that your thing? Like when you're getting to know somebody, you know, bro, when you were single, was that, you know, would you do coffee first, or would it kind of depend? Like, I'm kind of feeling it. I wouldn't mind taking her out, having a meal, or
anything that's considered a short and informal, because once again, you know, like my wife was saying, this is a first date. You don't know if there's chemistry or not. Now, once you are, case in point, once you have coffee, or you're on the coffee date, and you say, you know, because the whole premise of a first date is to start getting to know each other, see if there's any, you know, conversations.
right?
What's it been? Now, while you're having coffee, you know, the conversation may go along, and then you may say, look, are you hungry? No, and now because even on the first date, you're having conversations of like, where do you like to eat? What do you like to do?
Good point.
Anthony was saying, you know, what do you feel about Buffalo Wild Wings? What do you feel about bowling or roller skating, or what type of movies you're trying to find out what this person
What
is
they
about
like.
the very first date.
I mean, you know what? I know on that list, I think it said Starbucks or something like that. Okay.
Yeah, Starbucks is on here.
Okay, but watch this though. What if it's a cute little mom and pop cafe?
That's even better. I think that's even better.
They have like sandwiches and stuff. Well, could you do that instead, where it doesn't feel like a fast food coffee place, like a Starbucks? And you know, listen, I'm a full-blown coffee addict. Y'all know that. I'll be the first one to admit it. So I have no issue with a coffee date. You know, coffee can be the whole date. That's all that matters. But I think, you know what, if you're going to do a coffee date, if Starbucks is all you have, fine. But, you know, try to find maybe like a nice little cafe that you could actually like sit and like relax in.
But even if it's Starbucks, if you like, if you get there before her, then as a guy, then your thing is, okay, let me scope out if we have a nice booth in the back or somewhere where we can enjoy ourselves. You see what I'm saying? Because the whole purpose of the first date is getting somewhere where it's cozy, where you all can sit back and have conversation, you know, and at the same time, like my wife said, and if it ain't going right, finish that date. But it was nice meeting you, and you up out of there.
That's why I always order the 8-ounce short, because I'm not getting no venti, because I gotta drink all that stuff. But no, I was gonna say on the Starbucks line, you know, there's I think it's only here. It's like I forget it's called Starbucks something, but it's like a upscale Starbucks where they have wine.
Yeah.
They have like wine and cheeses, and you know, I've never been there, but you know, okay, let's talk about this one. This one cracks me up. Okay, someone said, okay, movie night. Now, first it says the movies, and I was like, what are you talking about? That to me, that's a perfect first date. And then as I watched some of the comments online, people were like, well, but you can't talk at the movies. Like Bro's point, you can't get to know each other. Okay, but how about if it's movie, you know, I don't know, dinner and a movie, or movies and dessert, or, you know, if it's just the movies, I agree. You can't really talk at the movies. But you can extend it a little bit, or you can meet a little earlier and grab, you know, something to eat, or, you know. But then there's also movie night, which is Netflix and chill, Hulu, like indoors. Don't be inviting me to your house on the first date. And a lot of people, that's their jam, not mine, because I don't know if you're Ted Bundy, you know, or the other dude that was eating folks. Can't call his name Dahmer. I don't know this about you, so I'm not coming to your house on the first date. So there'll be none of that. Princess, you agree about the movies?
You know, there are two perspectives on the movie. So I agree that it's not a great first date idea because of the whole, you know, you're not engaging with each other.
Right.
But at the same time, I've also known it to be like an easy way for somebody to pitch a date. Like, you know, hey, I want to see such and such. Me too. We should go to the movies. You know what I mean? How many times have you been approached that way, Deeva?
Exactly.
it's an easy, you know, like I'm interested in
Mhm.
going out with you. But then, you know, once you get to the movies, although, you know, now the movie theaters, them upgraded ones, you go a little bit early, you get your dinner, you get,
Yes. Get a drink, cocktail,
you know, you
recliner
get back.
chairs.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Cause you know,
it's different, especially if you go to a spot like that. But I do believe that a first date should have, you know, ample conversation in it.
okay, what else is on here? Bowling. I know, see, I've had some first dates bowling, and it was so much. They were fun. You can still talk in between. You can order food. You can order a drink, and you know, what do you think, bro? Bowling?
I mean, first of all, I think part of it is before you have the first date, you got to have some conversations before you actually go out. Because once again, like me personally, I know my wife is not a bowler,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, but we've got to have those conversations, and then we mutually, to me, our first date is okay. Let's have conversations, and then we mutually pick someplace, right?
Yeah, see, I'm a little different. I honestly, it sometimes I like to be surprised. Like I want to see, you know, I like for a guy to
Yeah,
be creative and take that first step, and you
yeah,
know,
but they can surprise you with something that you're not, because they don't know you yet.
yeah.
They can surprise you with something that you're not a fan of.
But can you talk about that on the phone though? Like, hey, what do you like to do? I like to do blah 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 blah, blah,
That's
you
what I'm saying.
know.
If we have those conversations before the first date of, hey, what do you like, and all this kind of stuff,
Okay, I got you.
and
Then he
then you
can kind of.
mutually say, hey, well, how about we do something like this, you know, or
That's true because
would you be into
I met a guy years ago who was like a deep sea diver and was like, "Oh yeah, I thought we could go on the boat and deep sea dive." And I was like, "No, sir, mm-mm,
right? He's like,
that ain't happening.
yeah,
That is
so
not happening."
basically, he's gonna take you out on a boat and then push you.
Right? And so he was insistent about it too. He's like,
I think
"Oh,"
she died without the tank.
he was insistent about you. Oh, you'll love it. No, I'm gonna tell you right
Nope.
now, I'm not gonna like that. No, if you get on the boat, you're gonna.
Nope.
No, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not going. And no, it's not. How many times do I have to say no? And finally, I just said, you know what? This is not gonna work. I don't like people trying to force me to do something I don't want to do. Now that's an extreme because deep sea diving, like you know, versus bowling. But I see your point, bro. To your point, yes.
I will say I am a fan of an activity on a
Mhm.
first date. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But hubby's right. I hate bowling. I really, really hate bowling.
I'm terrible at it, but it's so much fun to even try.
Mhm.
Okay. Now this one I agree with. Nightclubs. Do not take me to a
Oh,
nightclub
yeah.
because there's just a whole bunch of reasons.
Mm.
Anthony, what are some reasons that you can think of you wouldn't want to take a girl to a nightclub?
Because the guy, because she might be jealous, and if she sees another young lady looking at you, then she gonna try to hold my earring, hold my purse, and then want to fight, and drinks get thrown, or my favorite. God forbid, two women show up in the same place wearing the same outfit. There's gonna be a fight. You know, men, we think to ourselves, hey, we got it right when we wear the same thing. No, but no. So drinks get thrown, fights break out, and the music is loud. You can't have a conversation. No.
Princess, okay, what about this scenario? What if like you know, you meet up for dinner, you have fun, you vibing with the dude, you're like, okay, I'm liking this dude, blah blah blah. And he says, hey, you want to go dancing? What are your thoughts on that? Are you like
at our age, I just don't think that happens that often anymore. I mean, you know, like when we were younger, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if that's ever even happened to me.
That's happened to me twice actually, but I was much younger.
Yeah, I
mean, at our age, I'm
unless
sure
we gonna go salsa dancing or something like that.
Okay.
We don't need to go to that nightclub. We just don't.
I mean, well, at our age, I'm pretty sure the Royal Esquire nightclub is still around. We can all go to and everything. And
Anthony, you are younger than us, and the Esquire Club is for people much older than us.
And I don't appreciate you saying for us in the Esquire Club. I don't appreciate that at all.
My bad.
Because I'm with Princess. That's a much older generation.
It's interesting that you have faded into your background.
Anthony, where are you? We can't see
terrible-
you.
Come here, hold on.
After such a
What in the world is going on over there?
I'm in the matrix.
recommendation.
He's Santa Claus. He's in the roof. He's in the chimney.
All right, let's
It's
get to the
like
rest of
he's
these.
hiding under a blanket.
Because we got the guys list to get through. Okay. Okay. Now hookah bar. I'm not into hookah, and again, I think it lends to bros thing. Like you don't know, she might not be into that. Sports events. I think that would be a fabulous first date because I see people saying, "Oh, because it's loud and blah blah blah." But when you get there, it's not. You can talk and you can, I think that's a great first date. I've been at a few sports events, Seahawks games, totally fun. And then is that else? Somewhere that requires a long drive. Well, again, for me personally, on a first date, I'm not getting in the car with you, and especially not nowadays because people are, kind of crazy. I'm gonna meet you somewhere, so that's not a problem.
Let's go to these
Diva, if you're in
Right.
Seattle, you're not getting in a car with a guy anyway, because he ain't trying to offer to get you.
Right.
So,
No.
yeah.
Yeah, nah, I'm gonna pass on that one. Okay, family functions, which is to me a big no-no on a first date. Absolutely not. I'm not trying to meet Mima and Papa on a first date. All right, Anthony, where are you? We need the guys list. We can't see you.
I don't know what's going on, but I still got the guys list here. Hopefully, I'll show up on camera. Hold on, let me try this. Nope. Okay. Can you
take away your? Okay, well, we can hear you.
Where are you?
I don't know, man.
So weird.
That is weird.
Okay.
Hey, bro. Hey, bro.
Huh?
Halloween was 2 days ago.
Okay. I know.
Take that.
Anthony, you could try jumping off and jumping back on, but I don't know.
Okay, let me try that. Let me
jump
back off and jump back on. Hold on.
Okay, in the meantime, let's see if we got everything that's list.
He jinxed himself with the Royal Esquire. That's what happened.
He sure did.
He got banned by StreamYard.
I am not trying to see zoot suits and no, thank you. Oh, church. We were talking about church. Somebody had church. They had church and the gym on here. Church, I'm gonna say no, not on the first date. At some point, like we, start really dating, whatever. I like to actually try different churches. I'm down with that, but it's gonna be a while in because I don't want people, we don't know where this thing's gonna go, and they'd be like, "Oh, that awkward, you so and so's lady, whatever." It's like, that's only our second date.
Oh my God, we've been married for almost 5 years. Our son is a bishop, and I still don't know how I feel.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go on and say
church is once again, because the dating thing is different from when we were younger.
Yeah.
A lot of things, I think nowadays conversation is, because everything's so microwavable now.
Right.
But there's still a certain degree of conversation that you need to have even before you have the first date.
Yeah.
So that way, whatever either party is doing, you're not offending the other.
Yeah.
They may be very religious. The other person may not be religious. So no, I'm not trying to go to your church, and your church is a part of their practice is throwing tomatoes. I ain't with that.
Right.
But so once again, you're putting me in an awkward position. But at the same time, that's when it comes to having that conversation about.
I'm gonna say the conversation because the first thing, and for me personally, it's like, I believe in God. I'm only gonna date somebody that has the same beliefs as me when it comes to that. So if I don't have that conversation, I'm not gonna, we're not gonna know. You could be an atheist, and that just wouldn't work. So, okay, let's talk about the guys.
Before we do that, what if I told you I actually took somebody on a first date to church?
Why am I not surprised by that though, Anthony?
Okay, well here's the thing though. You understand, I was in high school.
Oh, were you?
Wherever my mom and dad were gonna drop, that was where we was going on the date. Hey, you wanna go to church? Okay, come on, we're gonna go to church. Oh God. Okay.
Bless your heart, Anthony.
Thank you.
And that's what I know. I'm not surprised that you just yes.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, if that's your circle, that's your circle.
Yeah.
But once again, it just goes back to making sure that that's everybody's circle that's involved. Because and especially if you meet her at church, so hey, well, let's meet up again at choir rehearsal.
Bible study.
And after that, we will go to the Waffle House.
Right.
Yep.
All right, Anthony, let's hit this list.
All right, here it is. This is the men's list.
No, don't read them all. Just go down the list.
All right, here we go. So I'm gonna lump some of these together. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
One is bills/rent.
Wait. Say what it is first. So what is the list about?
Oh, so this is the list. It says, so what happened is I guess to counter what the women won't do on the first date, a list came out that says things that men should not pay for a woman until they are married.
Okay.
Now, this list was sent to me by my brother Alexander. If you don't like it, his cell phone number is 805.
Like, don't do it.
No,
I'm probably
okay.
gonna agree.
Okay. He sent this to me, so he figured I'd get a kick out of it. Okay, here we go. It says, so I'm gonna lump some of these together. Okay, it says bills and rent.
Not paid for before marriage.
Yeah, do not pay for it before marriage. Yeah, your bills, your rent.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I pay my own bills, pay my own rent. I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't. I personally would not even expect that from a guy. However, if you look online, there's a lot of women that do, which I don't get. I don't get that.
Species kind of swings that way, but I am not that person.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, another one. This one, hair and nails.
Again, I take care of my own personal maintenance. But if I'm in a relationship and he says, "Baby, I want to treat you," think you get a mani pedi or something like that, I'm with it. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Okay.
If I'm in a relationship, I wouldn't expect that from some guy I just started dating or whatever.
That
I don't know, Princess. What are your thoughts?
It depends on where the relationship is at that point.
Yeah, where you are in the relationship.
First meeting and all that. No, we ain't doing that.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. I'm probably going to be a terrible female perspective on this list because I call BS on it. I mean, that's my personal maintenance.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. If it's one of those gift things, like your birthday,
like
or
me, like for a special occasion.
Yeah.
It's your birthday. I want to treat you.
Yeah.
But that's a gift. That's not a hey. I'm just paying for this.
Right. Where there are women, like I said, I've seen on the blogs that they're like, yeah, if I'm with the guy, I expect him to be paying for my nails and my hair and my pennies and whatever. I disagree with that. I think if it's a gift, if it's my birthday, Valentine's Day, whatever, and that's something you want to do, okay, great. I don't see anything wrong with it. Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. All right, so going on, we got bags, purses, and jewelry.
Should not buy, again, I think if it's a gift, fine, but I don't think you should be funding my purse habit or jewelry. I mean, yeah, I think gifts. I think gifts. I mean, if it's my birthday or it's Christmas and you buy me a piece of jewelry, I think that's super sweet.
Okay.
Princess?
Agree. I just don't feel like there should be this expectation of paying for funding me.
Right.
I just don't believe in it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna move on to this. Here's another simple one. Then we'll get to the good ones. Vacation. Don't matter how long we've been dating until we married. I ain't paying for you to go on vacation.
Well, no, I mean, I was gonna say, okay, let's kind of break this up. So, are we talking like, hey, let's go to Hawaii? Okay, cool, and we pool our money together and go, or if he says, hey, let's go to Hawaii, does the woman expect him to be funding the whole trip?
I think it depends, honestly, on the woman, and this is just coming from the guy's perspective. I think it depends. I think a lot of times, like some women will say, okay, well, let's look things up together. Let's I'll look for deals for us and everything. Bro's back in the chat. He said, I'll look for things, let's look for things together. Let's look for some fun excursions to do. Welcome back, big bro. But also, but then again, you also have some women that are just like, okay, cool. Let me know what day we leaving, and then I'll get my stuff together and everything.
Right.
Yeah. I think it just depends.
I'm glad hubby made it back for this, because I do have to confess. Do you know what I'm about to say?
Yes.
Say it.
Our first date, he flew me out to Chicago.
But here's the difference. But for us, we have been communicating for months.
Right.
Yeah.
So our situation was a little bit different from the average first date. We had been communicating, we had been FaceTiming, we had been, talking about a lot of different things, and getting deep for a long time. But because we lived in two different cities, we finally met up. So it's not like the average, somebody say, hey, for our first date, let's go out on it's like no, because once again, it could turn out to be all bad.
Yeah, I was pretty concerned. As much as I liked him, I also was like, I need backup plan. And Chicago was gonna work because I had cousins there on standby. But at the same time, so we're talking about the whole paying thing. I think you will attest, hubby, that I was not comfortable with you paying for stuff for me. You had to kind of sneak that in. You tried to buy me a dress one time.
I did.
A $30 dress, and I was like, nah.
It was a dress that she had modeled when she was hosting one of the events. And I'm like, and I saw, and she's, in fact, I think she sent me a picture of it, with her. And I'm like, oh, that's really nice. She's like, yeah, this was I just modeled it for that day, for this boutique. I'm like, well, I think it looks nice on you. And I offered to say, well, why don't you just get it? She's like, nah. I said, well, I tell you what, let me just get it as a gift to you. And she was like, no, we're not there yet.
I'm not accepting money.
Respect, princess.
The whole idea of
and I had to respect that.
Yeah.
Because even if I was not trying to do anything, I was just trying to make a friendly gesture. But at the same time, but once again, that's when that communication comes in.
Yes. Yes. Yep.
So,
yep. Oh, that's so cute, though. Yeah. Okay, go ahead, bro.
Okay, here we go.
Anthony.
All right, here we go. This is where we start getting good. Okay, here we go. Furniture to go in your crib. That's what means your crib.
Heck no. No.
Okay. We getting better. Plastic surgery. Again, I didn't make this list. Don't get mad at me.
But see, when that list starts right there, that's when you just need to go ahead and put on that song, Gold Digger.
No, I do you one better. Fleetwood Mac, Go Your Own Way.
Well, you know what's funny though? I saw on IG, it was a few months back, there was a guy, and this woman Kendra, she does like a IG dating or something, and she's always got these weird yahoos on there. I don't know where these people come from. This guy comes on and he's like, well, listen, a woman has to be a perfect 10 for me to date her. And Kendra's like, okay, is there such a thing, or what do you consider perfect 10? And he was like, well, there's no excuse nowadays. He's like, you can get anything plastic surgery and anything. You get butt shots and, implants and nose and Botox and all the things. And she said, okay, but that can be pretty pricey. And he's like, I'll pay for it. He's like, I will pay for it just to have her look the way I want her to look. And so she was like, so you want to build a woman, like the Build-A-Bear?
Expensive for that reason.
Like,
you must not like me. You like this image.
Exactly.
And that's the best way to set the stage that you don't appreciate her, or there's something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And how is that gonna make her feel through the relationship?
Exactly.
But on the flip side, you have some women that's what they're expecting. They're expecting a perfect stranger to come in and all of a sudden spend all this. It's like those are like the Instagram chicks and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. The Instagram models.
It's like, okay, you expecting someone to just come in and all of a sudden pay your way through life, knowing that you have no intentions of building any type of relationship with this person.
Right. Yep. What else, Anthony?
This is a funny one. Ready for this? Pills. Your medication.
No. And I'm sorry,
you better not even know what my medication is.
Thank you. Why would you even know what my medication is?
Hey, but hold on now. That might be somebody like in their 70s. You need to get my pressure. You need to get my pressure medicine. Get my pressure medicine.
Hey, baby, this month I'm gonna pay for your pills. Gift.
You're gonna pay for my
pressure medicine is on me this month.
Because
oh my goodness,
that medicine is so high, it's cheaper to die.
Oh my goodness. You're gonna pay for my shingle shot.
That's right.
You gonna pay for my vaccine.
Girl, we gonna get our shots.
The doctor said I gotta get this bunion removed.
My bunion surgery.
Oh, okay.
What else,
I want a little shout on it.
This is why I love this man.
I got a colonoscopy scheduled.
Right.
All right, here we go.
Oh my goodness.
Here's a good one. Uber/Lyft.
Well, I think that depends. I had a guy actually pay for my Uber because he lived kind of far and we were gonna be out kind of late and I didn't want to drive that far, and so he paid for it. So I think it depends on the case by case.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, I don't know. Princess, what you think?
Yeah, that one is a different kind of category, I think.
Yeah, I'm not expecting to pay my Uber all over town or something.
Where I believe you should pay for my Uber. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, if he's paying for Uber for her to go to pick up her kids and then go to the grocery store and all that, now hold on.
That's different.
Right, that would be a no.
All right.
Right.
For something we're doing together, or
I'm coming to see you, or exactly.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. DoorDash/snacks.
DoorDash. Well,
DoorDash food and then.
I mean, if he's invited me over and he's like, wants to order food or DoorDash or have some snacks and stuff. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, I would do that if he was coming to my place. I would get the stuff.
Okay.
I don't know, bro.
What if she like the snooty patootie chick and she ordered from some high end, and that DoorDash is $2,500.
Nope. She gonna get the dollar menu from McDonald's.
Listen, I actually was on a date once, and we ordered from freaking, I think it was Wingstop. And we were only like, I forget how many miles it was, not very far. Like literally driving, it was maybe, 6-7 minutes. But it was one of those lazy, rainy kind of nights, whatever. And we're like, yeah, let's just do DoorDash. It was like $30-something. And it was like, now if we just hop in the car and run down the street, it'll be like 12. We're gonna pay 30, like almost $40 for 10 wings or whatever. So I was like, nah, we just bundled up, hopped in the car and went.
Diva, but it was memorable.
I remember on one of our dates when we were in Oakland and we were across the street from Domino's, and hubby at that time, he ordered pizza and had them deliver it to us. I'm like, Joker, I could reach out the window and be like, pass it to me.
I was chilling.
He's like, I am not moving.
I was like, you get a delivery fee. I was like, it's across the street. I can see it from the window. Look, they're leaving with our pizza.
We were in the middle of binge watching.
That's hilarious.
We were binge watching. What was it? It was.
I was binge watching Game of Thrones.
We were binge watching Game of Thrones.
You didn't even like it. And I was like, I'll go get the pizza.
I was going to do it. I didn't want to miss nothing.
All right, we're running out.
Last two.
Again, for the delivery, yes, if we're doing something together, it's okay for you to pay, but I'm not going to be like, you're going to send me some food for me and my kids tonight, or me and my girls,
Yeah.
That's really where I draw the line on.
Hey, babe, it was memorable.
Everything with you is
somebody DoorDash me, like I was sick, and DoorDash me like some soup and crackers and stuff because I couldn't get to the store. I was like violently ill, Gatorade and the whole thing, and that was really sweet. I mean, I could have done it myself, but it was a sweet gesture that he did. I appreciated it, so yeah. All right, Anthony, what's the last two?
All right, last two. Here we go. Food for another man's kid.
Hell no. That's crazy.
I just think about that
Absolutely
video.
Not.
Hold on, I just think about that video where the mom tried to put the dad on blast because he bought McDonald's for his son, but didn't bring food.
Oh, and not all the kids.
Oh my God.
And all the meme videos that came out afterwards.
Yeah, that's a stretch.
Oh God. Okay, so food for another man's kids again. Last thing, things men should not pay for until you're married. Yo, tithes.
But church tithes? Oh. Yeah, that's
Your
come
church
on,
tithes is between you and the Lord.
Yeah, I was just about to say that's between you and God,
Again, Alex's number is.
Well, this has been fun. Great perspectives. We all kind of think along the same lines. I think a lot of the things, and I'll go back to the women's list. A lot of it is character, right? Like, bro, I think mentioned, some of these women, just the expectations and the, I expect a guy to pay for my nails and my car. And, one of my friends in high school, her older sister, like that was an expectation for a guy to pay her rent and her car note. And she had no bones about it. And we could not believe the guys would do it. Like she found these guys that had no problem doing it. And we're like,
and my thing is this, I don't knock anybody for if that's what you're expecting, that's what you're expecting. But also be prepared for the guy to say, well, what am I getting out of
it? Exactly.
So if you got expectations, I got expectations too.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So
right.
You must be used to spending.
But that's when some women and men, that's when they get offended when it's put back on them. Okay, you want me to do this, but what are you going to do for me? So that's when because okay, if we're talking about dating, if we're talking about first date, okay, this first date, we're both, contributing. D.L. Hughley said, he said, that does mean lobster, steak, and
Right.
What was
Yes.
that? You remember that Cat Williams bit about, the guy who's buying drinks and food for the lady all night, and then they go outside from the club, and then he's like, well, come on, she's all, what kind of girl do you think I am? He's like, well, I thought you were a whore. you were a whore in there. I thought you'd be a whore. My favorite.
I love him.
I thought you were a whore.
Oh man, only he can say it. Like, all right. On that note, this has been fun. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you, my peeps, for joining me once again to entertain the folks out there. Princess Robin. Be sure to catch her podcast on all the platforms. Traveler's Guide to Venus and Mars. Bro talked about a little earlier. A lot of what we talked about today, those were episodes. I was on some of those. Anthony was on some of those. K-Cee was on some of those. Those were.
It's my partner in crime. So when we were doing them, it was me and him.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. So check those out. Bro, what are you doing? Congrats on the Memphis Hall of Fame. You got through that.
Yeah, we got
yes, got the shirt on.
Got the shirt on. The following week we did the Freedom Awards, and Stacey
right.
Received her her award. It was really, really great because Stacey Abrams, Robert Kennedy's daughter, was another one of the honorees. And it's just, the whole premise behind that situation is just really, really magical. And actually now because we did the Hall of Fame, next year we've been invited. The Hall of Fame band has been invited to be the house band for this for the Porretta Italy Soul Fest.
What?
Yeah, so July 15th through the 29th. So Wifey and I, we're going to be going to Spain and Italy.
Ooh, nice.
I'm paying my own way. Of course, we have a joint bank account now, so
right. Love it. And Anthony, always a pleasure.
Thank you. Speaking of this, I haven't done this in a while. The official Prince podcast is back. They're doing a new season on the Diamond and Pearl album, a retrospective, because they just re-released Diamond and Pearl for the 30th anniversary. So check that out. Also, this year marks the 50th anniversary of hip hop. Round of applause for that. So there's another podcast I recommend. You can get this on Audible, Class of '88, where they talk to some hip hop heavyweights from Queen Latifah, Rakim, DJ Jazzy Jeff. I know there's been some controversy with this host lately, but it's hosted by Will Smith, but he doesn't talk anything about his marriage. He just talks about the year of 1988 and why that year is important in hip hop. It's a great documentary podcast. It's available on Audible. Please check that out.
I know way more about
I
know way more about their marriage than I want to know.
They need to take us out the group chat.
Take us out the group chat for real.
She just came to Memphis.
What? Promoting the book?
For the book. And they
Lord.
She did a book signing, and they said I think about 30 people showed up.
But you know why? Because she told the whole damn book on you know what I'm saying? She told it all. Yeah, we don't have to read it now. It's like,
because they were like, whoever her publicist is, they didn't advise her right. It's like, okay, this is not the time right now. You're too lethal to do this. And she was like, I'm doing it anyway. Maybe they said maybe 30 people showed up.
Wow.
Maybe.
Yeah, she should have waited on that one.
Then she had to pack all them books up and take them back with her.
Oh man, yeah, that does not sound fun. All right. Well, it's been fun, peeps. We'll see y'all next month, same time, same place. Until then, be safe, and we'll see you soon.
Memorable.
K-Cee Soul